Yo, you guys
This
are.
is nice. You see, even noticed it.
I wore this because it's talking about. It has something to do with my topic today.
Right, you're good.
But anyway, guys, welcome to another fantastic and amazing episode of Black Boy Joy. I am Marcus Ivory.
I'm Jameer Pond.
I'm Mouse Jones.
And this is Black Boy Joy Show.
That's right.
So, I missed y'all.
I
Miss you too, bro.
Did y'all have a good week?
I did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
well,
was good.
let's jump.
Congrats, though. I was at that concert yesterday.
You were there?
I was there.
Why didn't hit me?
Because I knew you was working.
But you know I got a little pool.
That would have been nice. I
Jameer's
was
a
tired.
bird.
You was high up.
Yeah, but you did a good job, and you
Thank
looked
you
beautiful.
so much. Thank you. So, the job that you're talking about, Title X concert was yesterday. Really good concert. I styled Angie Martinez. She looked amazing.
She did.
Yeah,
She looked
Always.
good.
Very good.
Thank you.
She don't do crack no more, right?
She did
She
crack,
did crack
one
on
time.
accident, bro. So Angie Martinez, get her book. You can read all about it. We're not going to go into that right now. But I want to just jump into the show, right? So, what brought you joy this week?
What brought me joy this week? I wrote it down because we have now write-up sheets, so we won't forget our shit.
Can you not break the fourth wall?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We doing it all the time. All right. So what brought me joy this week was that I saw a lot more men this October coming together for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
That's why I got my pink on. So shout out to everybody who has been afflicted by breast cancer, and people who are fighting it, and people who have family members. So shout out to everybody here. So I'm here for it. Pink. I threw on pink.
What about you?
I just took in. I had a little moment where I just woke up and took in, like, I'm actually doing something dope, with my life that, I didn't see me doing, or I'm pretty sure a lot of the naysayers or just people who knew the way my life was going 2 years ago didn't see me going. And I just get to work on a show that I grew up watching and was a staple in the culture, and I get to bring culture to it. And I actually get to see, like, every day I get to see pieces of ideas I pitched or artists that I said, we should get them, and they pop up, or I work hard to get an artist on. So that's just my little take home for the week. I'm doing a little some. And the fact also that I seen that commercial for Geico with Boyz II Men singing about nausea and all that, and I just said, thank God that my favorite group would never do that.
Yeah.
Jodeci would never be singing
Our
about
favorite group
constant.
is Alcoholics.
Yeah.
And one night.
Yeah. What brought you joy, bro?
This week I went to Chicago. In this last week that just passed, I went to Chicago. I saw my family. I had some really amazing Chicago food. Shout out to my sister who took care of all of my food needs in Chicago. I love you.
Like what?
Bratwurst?
No Bratwurst. So I had
Miles.
pizza. I had Harold's. I had Italian Fiesta. I had
I'm hearing a
Jimmy
lot about
Taco
Harold's.
Man.
What is Harold's?
Harold's is the famous chicken spot.
So good. But they sell like everything. It's really good.
gotta-
Chicken and fish. You gotta go.
I gotta give it.
But really, that's what brought me joy this week. Wealthy Guy had a good fashion show that was amazing.
Wealthy Images.
Wealthy.
Everything was good.
Images.
It was
Images.
really, really good.
A basic bitch.
But speaking of Wealthy Images, let's shout out our sponsor, Wealthy Images.
Gang.
Who wouldn't want a Wealthy Image? Guys, check us out.
Ooh la la.
Go to wealthyimages.com, WELTHE.com for more info on Wealthy Images. Before we jump into the topic, I want to just get these spelling bee words out the way.
Lord.
Ready to kick
I'm
some
super
ass.
prepared this week. I have a long list of words that I'm just
Well, we
waiting
only
to
need 3.
I know I'm
Oh,
three.
let me keep in mind, we spelled Antarctica wrong last week, all of us.
Did we?
including, yeah.
Who said that?
Webster.
You looked it up after?
Somebody mentioned it in the comments.
Well, I don't trust them. You know them?
I looked it up.
Well, my
afterwards.
words are spelled correctly. I double checked them. I had my assistant double check them.
Oh, wait.
And
I'm not the only one without an assistant
You're
here.
the only one.
I don't have an assistant either.
Anyway, first word, arbitrary.
Oh, that's easy. Come on, man. That's easy, man. Come on.
Second word, physical.
Let's get physical.
Last word, hyper-masculinity.
M-O-U-S-E. No, I'm just kidding.
And y'all can spell it too, if y'all can spell.
No, you know they can't. You ever see they cat?
All right, go.
statuses?
Arbitrary.
And nobody really.
Arbitrary.
Do you have that?
Nope. Okay. So make that one.
All right. So Mouse, 1 point.
Got you.
Physical. Y'all both shout. If y'all don't have this, I'm quitting the show.
PHYSICAL.
All right. Hyper-masculinity.
JAMEER.
I'm not. I got on pink.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Hyper-masculinity.
HYPERMASCULINITY.
Got that.
So that means Mouse won? Yes, that's what that means, Mouse won.
That means Mouse finally won.
Nah, don't say finally.
won.
I won again. I won the first week. Just let's
You
relax.
should
Mouse finally won
lose
a
for
spelling
misspelling your
contest.
own words.
So you really
that
didn't
you
win.
did, yeah. You like at a -1 at the moment.
You gotta win another
So here's the
one.
thing.
Linguine,
You're not, neither one of y'all.
Antarctica.
Neither one of
It's
y'all.
a lot of bad
Neither
shit.
one of y'all, Alex Trebek. Y'all can't put me in the negative. That's 2 wins for me. And I'm cooking. I'm never losing again. How about that?
Well,
So-
how about that?
First of all, I got 2 wins too, so watch your
Yeah,
mouth.
but I'll never lose again. How about that?
Except you lost.
Spell
when you-
arbitrary. Oh, okay.
You misspelled your own words.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You're believing the words of like,
Merriam-Webster, shut
Okay.
up.
So moving on, guys. Thank you.
No problem.
because you know Merriam.
Thank you.
Man. I know mad Merriams that be lying.
Well, Merriam-Webster is dead, so.
But do both of y'all know shut up?
Yes.
Yeah. So, moving on, right? Today's topic, we're going to talk about hyper-masculinity. Because it's my weekend. Y'all not going to overtalk me.
You're right.
You get a week. You get a week.
Drinking
my
wild
You
week.
can have my week too. Man, in fact, you talking to me like, did you take my week too? Why you had it?
So Mouse won't be here next week.
That's what it means.
That's an early intro.
Mouse
Mouse
going to
will be
Miami.
missing next week.
Next week's Jameer's week.
Going to Miami.
Right? Anyway, guys, so I want to get into hyper-masculinity
No.
and just talk about it. I just feel like it's everywhere, it's super in front of us with everything going on right now. But let's just jump into it. So hyper-masculinity, what does that even mean, right? Pretty much it's, in black terms, it depicts that, black men should always just be independent, non-emotional, aggressive, competitive, tough-skinned. I put the did.
Yeah,
I
I
know,
know. I heard
you
it.
added that
drove
on
it
I
there.
didn't know. I
added
didn't know
that
if it
on
was a
there.
mistake or
No,
not.
I added that on
It drove
there.
it home.
And just confident and like just this super strong alpha male. And I feel like
No space for weakness.
no space for weakness, which really isn't true. And I just feel like hip hop specifically perpetuates that. And anytime something comes out that's not like that, it's a whole thing, right? So example, Lil Uzi Vert, straight guy, but he's a rock star.
Yeah.
And he dresses like a rock star, right?
Yeah.
But he's somehow being molded into this like hip hop category. I don't know why, maybe because he's black. But it's not his style and stuff really isn't being accepted as like masculine. And I have on ruffles today, which typically isn't
You have
like
on
a
ruffles.
masculine a masculine thing. But I feel like I'm still pretty masculine in my ruffles. But I just want to talk about like how hyper masculinity plays a role in like our lives and our communities, and just like how where you feel on it, because then I'll share how I feel about it. But where do you stand with that? What do you think about it?
Well, I think how it concerns with hip hop. I mean, this is a trend that we've seen before, right? So, like in the late '70s, early '80s, I mean, brothers was wearing one-piece sequin suits with the chest out,
With heels?
with heels built in them. You know what I'm saying?
Ensembles.
Ensembles,
Ensemble.
perm in their hair. Like if you look back at the Furious Five, you notice that
Did.
all of
They're not rappers.
Yeah.
They look like the YMCA.
All right, so we know that people have been androgynous, as a term could be called, for a minute. I mean, it goes back, Prince, and it like this has been here before. So hip hop was kind of born on that foundation. In the last few decades, it's transformed drastically, but it's coming back. But I hate when people think that this is a new trend. Now, I did see a brother go on. Now he got a wedding dress on with an AK-47 in his mouth.
That's still not new. Dennis
is this-
Rodman did
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna say right.
yeah, but that's not new. So for people to think that this is a new trend in hip hop, and I think you got to trace back to your roots.
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I don't be caring too much. You know what I mean? Like, but I do think when it comes to hip hop, I don't know if they think of it as a new trend. I know the additions of new social media forms and things of that nature. People kind of have to buy into that gimmick like 24/7, right? Like usually I'm a big wrestling fan, and we refer to it as kayfabe, right? Like what goes on in the ring and on TV, that's all kayfabe, right? But the minute you walk out the minute you walk out of that arena and they're their regular themselves, they're not John Cena. They're whoever their real name is, and they're living their own life. But now you kind of keep selling it, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what's been going on with hip hop, because even with those older acts, like yeah, they were dressing like that, but in their normal time, they were wearing regular,
Yeah,
you know,
like
regular
Earth, Wind, and
clothes,
Fire.
right? But now they have to wear it all the time because
Yeah.
now you got social media, and it's like, well, and I mean that's your style, you know. If that's your style,
And
let it be. But I do think, as a hip hop purist, I do see an issue with gimmicks. That's my only thing. Is this you or is this a gimmick?
Well, gimmicks has been going on
True, true. But when it's something so obvious, like, come on, bro, you just wearing this just to get attention, cool.
Right?
Or is it that, you know, hip hop has created these like defined parameters around what masculine artists should look like? Not even hip hop, but just like society in general has created or is creating still like these defined parameters for what like masculine behavior should be.
Well, anytime the niche market now becomes the popular market, the mainstream market, that's always gonna happen, right? So there was a time when grunge was running things and everybody was dressing like grunge. There was a time where gangster rap ran things and that's when everybody. Now hip hop as a whole is the pop music. So whatever was birthed in the beginning of that, whatever stood as a man in the niche of that is now spread out to everything. So now everybody is that benchmark. So I just think that's what's going on.
And then you also got to take into fact, like, 90s hip-hop is so revered as the golden era of hip-hop. So it's a standard. So when people look at that, they go, this is what you should look like. It's specifically for New York. This is what you should look like. This is what you should sound like. And there's no room or error for...
Big wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
No
Nas wouldn't do... Jay wouldn't. And it's like...
It's like they're policing themselves into this arbitrary box of masculinity and essentially maybe they're like shortchanging themselves a little bit because when you're in this box, there's no room to grow. And then it's like, before Cam started rocking pink, if you wore pink, it was like, ooh, bro, you might be, bro, you know?
You gay?
Well, if I gave you a hug or something,
bro,
no homo, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, who made that shit up? We already know what tradition is shit. Tradition, you know where tradition came from. And if y'all don't know, just look at a few of our earlier episodes, okay?
Okay, I see what you did there. What a lie.
Loop it around, baby.
What a lie.
But yeah, like, but what it like, I don't know. I just think that these parameters, like, because I'm gonna take it to a personal point, right? Like growing up, because I'm a gay guy. I also think I'm a masculine gay guy, right? I wasn't in any of those defined parameters growing up as far as like masculine shit to do, right? I didn't like playing basketball. Okay. I didn't like playing football. My brother made me play baseball and I became good at it. So like, that's my shit. But like,
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees. But like, even still, I still like doing art and doing like other like cool shit that wasn't really defined as masculine things to do, and I did great at it, and I think it like really contributed to like a lot of shit like that I'm good at now. And maybe if those boxes was torn down and like kids were able, or growing up people, because it's so ingrained in like everybody, was able to just express and explore whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
They could find their lane
earlier on and just be better at life all around. But I also think that if we like reconstruct like what we think masculinity is or what the traits are, and it not being, you know, how strong a person is or their physical traits, and we gauge it off of how they take care of their family or how they are in social shit, like, and let that define masculinity, then it'll be a whole different like setup. And I think that like niggas and people wouldn't be so displaced with the whole masculine theory itself. Yeah,
I totally agree.
And with that, I want to like start moving into like my other topic, right? So when you look at, not my other topic, but the other leg. My subtopic.
Come on.
When you like looking at people and shit, like what are like the three denominators that you sum up in your head like to determine like their masculinity or like what people think masculinity is, right? So for me, I'm saying like appearance, like if I look at somebody, what they got on, their clothes, how they sound, their mannerisms, and like their lifestyle. You know, to me, those are like the top three things that I'm gonna look at that instantly sum up whether I'm saying, oh, that's a super masculine person or feminine girl or whatever, what have you. I think it might be the same for everybody. What about you?
Definitely mannerisms. I mean, I think we pick up on mannerisms before we pick up on anything. Or like maybe appearance, but you know, appearance and mannerisms like 1 and 2. So you see some the cadence in somebody, how somebody speaks, or how somebody is moving their hands, or you know, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's maybe somebody who is, not to just say masculine, but just somebody who may not be a heterosexual man. And I think once we get to that, that's when masculinity starts to go in your mind by society's eyes. Because if you're not
It's a trap.
hetero, right, you're not a masculine person.
Like, well, a lot of people being a masculine man and a gay man don't exist.
Right.
We exist. What about you? What do you?
Like I said earlier, I don't care, yo. Like, I really don't be giving a fuck. Like, that's none of my business. I live and die by that creed. Y'all know me. Like, I don't care. When I see when I see another person, I'm not thinking, oh, masculine or not. I'm thinking there's two lines of thinking I am, and that's just the way I am. I'm old. I can't change it. I'm just always gonna have that hood mindset. So when I look at a man, I see op or not. Is you friendly or is you not? That's the first thing I'm looking for. Like, is this nigga trying something or is he good? Like, if he good, he good. And the second thing, and when I say try something, I don't mean like sexually or he trying to come at me. I mean like, is he gonna kill me or is he not gonna kill me? And secondly, and probably most importantly, is he funny to make a joke about? Like, Jameer's been on the train with me. Like, I look at somebody and I'm ready to start joking on them. Like, that's what I'm looking at. I don't care if you masculine or not. That shit don't pertain to me. It ain't got nothing to do with me, because masculinity has you being masculine don't got shit to do with me.
Yeah.
You being masculine got everything to do with your family and how you interact in your household. So if you masculine or you not, that shit don't have nothing to do with me.
Well, let's bring it home for you, because you're super in touch with yourself, and I'm digging right now. But like growing up, right? With hyper masculinity, like like how did that, your views on that?
Yeah, like my dad like really instilled, and I do think that
like did he instill in you like
there was a you know
what I'm saying?
Between my dad and just who he was and how he was raised is the only way he could raise me, right? And he didn't have all the nuances and shit that I have and intellect that or information that I'm privy to now, growing up in the years I grew up. So he placed with those I'll say healthy fears, like my dad didn't care that he cared. Let me not say that. It wasn't as big as a deal to him me bringing a baby home at 17 than it would have been me bringing a boyfriend. He always used to say, "Hey, you walk about this house with a dress on, you taking a bullet," right? And of course, it didn't bother me because it's not like I'm not gay, and there's never been a gay thought in my head where I was like, "Do I like men? Oh, this could be," you know what I'm saying? Now, I get how that could be. Now, someone like Marcus, if he was growing up with my dad, then that could be problematic, right? But with me, I didn't take anything from it because it didn't really have that's not what struck fear in my heart. It wasn't what if I bring? It was if I go to jail or if he find this gun in his house, he gonna be tight.
So you didn't feel like you doing something that wasn't masculine, like outside the way he taught you, would be a problem or whatever. Pretty much, basically what you're saying.
I mean, he did. He had the little pushback. I think every parent did, or anybody who grew up with their dad in their lives in 07, 06. When I started wearing my jeans a little tighter, he was like, "What the fuck going on here?"
Boom, hyper masculinity, right?
I think
I was searching for like a
segue.
Yeah, not a segue, but like somewhere like a
connection,
a hook. Yeah,
okay.
With you, like, and that was it. Like, who said that his tighter pants was not a masculine thing? You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, I'm saying that it's like it has a potential to like plague a lot of shit. I've read a lot of material saying that hyper masculinity is a plague and it's like not good and it's just tearing down like the modern man. And while some of that I agree with, some of it I don't. Like, it's hard for me to like really say because I've never struggled like with my masculinity or like anything like that, and I wasn't raised in that type of environment. But
I do think that it is a huge problem in the black community.
Yes,
we turn away a lot of.
I don't know if it's hyper masculinity that's the problem as much as it is toxic masculinity.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
That intertwines.
I think hyper masculinity can be perverse and maybe manipulated. Hyper masculinity just means you are really, really, really into being masculine.
Yeah, but you give no room for
nothing else.
For everything.
So that's
else.
when it can become toxic.
But it's the leading cause.
Yeah,
sure. So
like
it's a gateway. Let
me read it. Hyper masculinity depicts that black men always have to be independent, non-emotional, aggressive, competitive, tough-skinned, strong, and confident.
And I think a lot of that, I think everything we said right there,
of our
outside of the non-emotional, and maybe it depends on the person because everybody's different. I think a lot of that shit right there can be very good for some men.
Even independence?
Yeah.
Because I think we take independence on a different level.
So not
Like,
being emotionally available.
I'm good. Right, exactly.
Right.
You're telling your chick, I'm good. I don't need no hug. I don't need no money. I don't need no place to stay. I'm going to make it on my own.
He might be okay though. He might be okay.
But he might be okay, but we don't know how that could plague his mind and the
Yes.
future people that
Sure,
he's
but
bringing
That
up.
could be fucking him up. Like, if you need help, ask for help.
But it
You know what I'm
might,
saying?
but
It doesn't
on the
mean
same
that
hand, it might
real men
not.
ask for help.
It might not,
that-
but we
and
see
that-
the effect.
I would say real men make a way, right? Like, and if making a way
But
means
what
you
if
gotta
that is
ask for
part of
help.
making a
No,
way?
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So if you gotta ask for help, you ask for help. So if you don't know that's part of it, then okay, you lost. But sometimes, not everybody's the same, right? Not everybody brain works the same. Yes, there are some people who, if that is done, non-emotional and being emotionally guarded can hurt them. I do believe
Sure.
that. And I will go as far as to say it will hurt more people than it won't. But we have to also be we have to also acknowledge those people who just, for whatever reason, whether it was malnutrition, lack of oxygen to the brain, but for whatever reason, that won't bother them. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people where it's just like, all right, I'm dense. So if I see this and this is this, all right, I'm gonna just move on. And
But
it's
you're
not
not hyper-masculine anymore.
I don't think I'm toxic. I think everything that this says, hyper-masculine, I match up with. I don't think it's toxic, and and then you only know if it's toxic by the fruit
The
it bears,
example,
right? So I
right.
can only look at to my family and see, and you guys as my friends and be
Right.
like, well, do you think my masculinity is toxic? If y'all tell me yes, then I'll be like, oh, well, maybe I'm fucking up. But I'm pretty sure y'all would look and say, nah, man, I was like.
But do you think you're masculine or do you think you're hyper-masculine?
If this is the definition of hyper-masculinity, I would say I'm hyper-masculine. I don't think I don't think I allow it to get to a point where it's toxic.
Is just a description word that commonly now reflects someone's outward appearance.
Okay.
So, Amanda could be masculine. Janae could be masculine.
Well, man, got good shoulders.
Anyway,
You are sturdy.
we could talk about this all day, but like, I wanted to see if anybody have any questions.
Any questions?
You're
You
on
got any questions?
You on
Any
questions duty?
Oh, I'm on questions duty.
You're on questions duty.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Where we at? Where we at? Yeah, that's a Jay-Z shirt.
But
Who this?
But no, this is a good topic.
I think
because
it's I don't know. I'm straddling the fence about it. The more it can get very deep,
it can.
super deep.
I
Like,
have a question.
You have a
Question.
question.
Okay, what is a real man?
who's a question from?
So somebody broke their shit.
Sure I did it. Don't
What is-
wish that on me.
What is a real man? I think it's what you described though. Like masculinity aside, you take care of your.
To me,
take care of your shit.
and what like to me, what a man is, or what like I was grown up to, or what I've grown to think a man is someone who provides for their family, his family, and when I say provide, that can be like any type of like it could be financial, it could be emotional,
Yeah.
like support for like your family, taking care of your business, and just like like that's it. You take care of your business, and if shit is going the way it's supposed to go, like everybody has slip ups, but I think a man is someone who is very like a responsible,
Absolutely.
in all areas. Like
I got an uncle who lives in San Francisco. He's gay. My family like banned him for a few years, whatever. But he's the most man person. Like he's the definition of a man. Not only did he take care of his family, but he also took in a child from foster care that wasn't his. He had problematic, behavior. He took him in when he didn't have no place to go, when he was about to be lost in the foster system. He took him in. Like, to me, being a man is realizing your responsibilities and being okay and vulnerable enough and being emotional enough to be cognizant of everything that's going on around you, not being closed-minded.
Yes.
Like, we got a lot of brothers out here who might be gay or whatever, and we tend to push them away out of our community
Because of their social
they're
class.
Exactly. But it's a lot of brothers out here, and I remember you said this on the Grapevine, man. I was like, I would take
Shout out to the Grapevine.
shout out to the Grapevine. I would take lead from a prominent gay leader. Like, I have no problem being in the same room or taking direction or learning and sharing experiences with somebody who has a different sexual orientation. It has nothing to do with the character or the man you are.
yes.
I think just being a man, aside from all the responsibilities and all that shit, because it's 2017. At this point, niggas and women, they adopt whatever they adopt to make it work for them, and I'm all good with that. A man just very simply is being comfortable with who you are. A lot of these niggas is uncomfortable being in the same room as a gay man or
Facts.
uncomfortable having like close, intimate relationship pause with gay men because
You said
them.
pause. You just
said
said
pause.
pause.
I mean, I'm always gonna say pause. Like,
But that's a
just to
form-
let you know
that's
my
a
whole
form. But that's a
thing.
form of hyper-masculinity.
then I just tell
He
you
did
how
say
hyper-masculine-
that.
You know.
He did
I'm
say
forever
that.
gonna say pause. I'm gonna die saying pause. Put pause on my tombstone.
Pause.
But what was I saying? Yeah, at this point it's just being comfortable with who you are. And these niggas is scared to be around gay men and they homophobic because they not really sure themselves.
That's true.
That's it. You
That has
niggas
a
don't
lot
know
to
if
do-
you might kiss a nigga. You might like it. That's
Or you-
what
you
you
might
really
like
scared
it,
of.
right.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just get comfortable with who you are, and so that can stop burdening
That's why I
other
like to
people
hang
from being
around
who
girls.
they are.
Another question.
All right, how has the rise of feminism play a role in hyper-masculinity?
Is it a
It
role
hurts.
of feminism,
Yeah.
or is it just men being more eclectic and expressive and non-hypo-masculine?
Do you think
Nah,
that...
I think feminism has led to the hyper-masculinity.
What is feminism?
The actual definition, feminism is just believing all rights for all women, just believing that men and women are equal.
Right.
Now the way it is adopted into today's society and majority being a social media push, and it hurts and it causes a lash out against the feminine, because now if everybody's getting thrashed and told they're trash and you a man, shut up, a lot of those messages get lost, and then it causes a spike in the hyper-masculine activity, the toxic masculinity, and a divide. So I'm not blaming women or femininity for that. I'm just saying that if based on that question, how has feminism and the rise of it today affect the hyper-masculinity? It's definitely aided it. Basically, aided it. Feminism has aided the hyper-masculinity and the toxic masculinity at this point to becoming the problematic situation that it is.
I think there needs to be a smooth balance. Like how hyper masculinity is so out of this world where it doesn't include any room for error or anything else as far as like strong women in the household or strong women present. Like extreme feminism, I think, does the same thing. So we need to understand that we have a balance. Like you could be pro
And
woman without
being a
being
feminine,
like, hey, fuck you, you're a man, you don't know what you're talking about, you're
Yes.
being insensitive to my needs.
Yeah. Any more questions? Were there any more questions?
Anymore.
Nerd.
Nah.
The comments are...
What's the comment saying?
What y'all
What
saying?
they saying?
You're talking shit.
What they say? Give me a comment.
All right. Pause, please.
Pause, please.
I know some gay men harder than some hood dudes.
That's
True.
Pause.
Very
That's a
true.
pause.
Okay, pause.
That's
Very
a pause.
That's a pause.
That's a
moment.
big pause.
How's that a pause?
I don't believe
I know-
orientation should have any...
How's that a pause moment?
I know.
Wait. Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
You said
I'll
how?
tell you.
How does say it one more time?
Harder.
It was a comment.
Yo, what's the comment?
No.
I don't
Get
believe
it. That's what
orientation
we
I
say
get
pause.
it,
should have any
but
bearing
no
on
pause.
masculinity.
What's it?
Yeah,
Obviously not for you.
Or orientation.
But pause.
Wait, hold on. Orientation doesn't have anything to do with your sexual orientation.
Not a goddamn thing, because I know a
Nothing.
few gay niggas that knock a few of these fake
A
tough
few.
niggas out. And some real tough niggas too.
Let's
not play them.
It's a whole
I know
bunch.
some gay niggas that would beat up some really tough niggas. So
He talking about me.
it don't have nothing. Orientation don't got
agree.
nothing to do with your toughness.
He talking about me.
At all.
Here you go.
Marcus will beat you the fuck up.
Absolutely, and I'm following up.
I'm not fighting
I'ma
no
follow
more. You niggas, I just want y'all to
Follow
know, y'all talk to me crazy, y'all really safe now, because Marcus is gonna beat y'all up. I'm
And he
not
from
doing
Chicago.
nothing.
Please try him.
Anyway.
Please.
Outside?
Yank on the ruffles. I dare you to yank on the
I bet
ruffles.
none of you niggas, all you tough niggas won't
I need a
touch his
wellness
ruffle.
moment. I need a
Won't
wellness
y'all,
moment.
I dare y'all to touch a ruffle.
I need
Touch
a
a
wellness
ruffle.
moment. I need a wellness moment. Right?
Okay.
So my takeaway and my wellness moment for today, we have 1 minute left,
Okay.
is to just look at yourself and like, and I just want everybody to question like their masculineness. Like not question it like, am I masculine enough or is this masculine? But just like try to tear down those walls of like thinking you have to be super tough all the time or super insensitive or emotionless or tough skinned. Like it's okay to be human and experience feelings that everybody feel. And if you want to do some other shit that your homies ain't cool with, go and do it still. Like I always wanted to do pottery when I was growing up. Like
Do
I
that
wanted to do
shit.
the shit on the wheel.
Make
I
me a
wanted to-
vase.
I did it, but
It's
as a
a
kid,
boss.
and
It's both.
I'm not into it, but you know, I just want to do it. But none of my homies was doing it. They were saying some gay shit, but I still did it.
I wanted to do
wasn't
pottery
gay,
once
but-
I seen that movie, Ghost.
Goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all ain't seen Ghost, watch Ghost. This is a good movie. Is
Oh,
Julie
you're
Roberts
dead,
in Ghost?
really? No, that's I think Demi Moore.
Demi
That's
Moore.
Demi
Is it?
Moore and Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
Ghost.
Whoopi Goldberg. And
So
Wendy.
guys, this has been another amazing week. I really enjoyed
This was a
y'all.
good topic.
I had to narrow it down because it's really deep. Like
Yeah.
this.
Pause.
I had to narrow the topic down.
Now that one was, come on, you could have let that.
coulda let that
You
go.
could have let that slide.
Pause.
You got knee deep. Now I'm playing. No, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm Marcus Ivory, guys. Wait, before we leave, I want to give another shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah.
Wealthy
Who?
Images.
Wealthy Images.
Cause who wouldn't want one?
Ooh la la.
And then I also want to do this isn't a shout out, but just a rest in peace to Michael Knight. Good friend,
Yeah.
good homie. Rest in peace. Condolences to the family. And I want everybody to have a good week. I'm Marcus Ivory.
I'm Jameer Pond.
Mouse Jones.
This has been another amazing, fantastic, awesome episode of
Black Boy
Georgia.
Joy.
Gang, gang, gang,
Woo!
gang, 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 gang.